Hello, 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 my people. Human Handbook community, Dr. Adam Tice here, checking in. So here we are. How's everybody doing? On the home stretch here of our detox. Everybody's kind of at a different stage, and that's all good. So I actually got a little bit of a jump start. So for me, this is day 11 of the detox. And I just wanted to give a quick check-in and kind of touch base, let you guys know sort of where I was, and been right here with you guys all along. So this is really nice, really cool. Nice to have a shared, common, positive experience, and I think that's really the whole point of kind of why it's kind of the whole point of the community, to create a shared environment where we can have shared positive experiences. So this is an experiment in positivity, so let's roll with it. So for me, my experience was, of course, I had entered in with one idea of how things were going to go and sort of what my plan was. And it's good to enter in with a plan, to give yourself some kind of boundaries, because anytime we're doing a fast or a detox, there's multiple right answers, and there's a lot of right answers. There's a lot of right ways to do this thing, but again, just wanted to create the shared positive experience, and that's really what we're going for. So for me, I did 2 days of kind of preparatory, very light, very low carbohydrate, start to shift the metabolism and encourage it to prepare to start to shift the insulin, the glucose levels, preparing it to shift over into that fasting metabolism. And then proceeded into 4 days of water fasting. So, and for me, that was new territory. That was kind of that was the breakthrough that I needed. And so for me, water fasting, that means water. What did that actually look like? It means water, herbal teas, and a bunch of tonic herbs. I got a bunch of tonic herbs that I take, and all that stuff is fair game. And that's all food for the immune system, the water, the herbal teas, and the tonic herbs. And that will clean the system out. That was really, really, really nice. And then so 5, 6, 7 day, the day 5, 6, 7, that was my breaking days. And I broke, just like this time I told you guys in the post the other day, I broke with the broth, and then with fresh fruit and small live food salad, and then broth, and the mushy veg kind of was the dinner portion. And then the same thing the following day on day 2 of breaking, increase the portion sizes just a little bit. No fats, no oils on those. And then so now I'm coming out on, is this my 4th day of breaking the fast? Let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I've lost count now, but day 11 total. But entering back into, what's the new normal? And this is the kind of new normal that I'm talking about, is the new normal. And this is always so nice, and it's one of the main things that I like to happen, that I personally like, that happens during the fast. And it's one of the desired outcomes that I was hoping to share and pass along with you guys, because I've just seen doing this with a lot of people over the last 10, 11 years. When you come out of a fast, it's a really interesting thing. Most times it pops you out a notch higher than where you entered in, because you're feeling clean, you're feeling good. You start refeeding day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and as you make your way into your new diet, that's your new normal. So I think that's a good thing to keep in mind, to be running a really clean operation as far as diet wise when you come out of your fast, and setting some other goals and some things that you want to do. So just pay attention to that and see how you feel coming out of that, because part of it is you don't really want to mess. You feel good. The stomach feels really clean. It's nice. And the mind feels really good. If you guys are doing, those of you guys that are doing the fasting, you get into that state where you're burning the fat for fuel. And if you do this a few times, I mean, I can feel this, and I've talked with other patients, and I kind of train, and I'd like to just bring it up so you guys can, so everybody can just be aware of sensing when that metabolic shift happens, when you get into that fat burning state. I mean, it's, it. I mean, you can check it with things like ketone strips, checking that first morning urine, seeing, what's the ketone, what kind of ketones are spilling over into the urine. That'll tell you if you're in ketosis and how much, or how much so. Ideally, if you are fasting, you'll go into a light to moderate ketosis on the little strips. They'll have kind of from a light pink into a darker pink or purple, and you want to be just kind of that darker pink area is that that sort of moderate ketosis. That's the sweet spot. You do not want to be into the really dark, more purple, heavy ketosis. That's some cues that it's time to refeed, but you shouldn't. That takes a while. You don't bump into that kind of stuff with these short fasts. So, hey, congratulations, guys. You guys that kind of stood up and took the challenge. I know some of you. I spoke with you. I saw you. This is really nice, really cool. So, congratulations. Give yourself a little pat on the back for doing that. Those of you guys that did this, very nice. Those of you guys that did not, if you missed the boat and you're just kind of watching the show go by, that's cool too. You can catch the next ride. I think one of the things, and part of the reason, this even came about to, introduce this into a group setting again, was to sort of get a pool of positivity in a world where there's so much confusion and chaos. Especially going on right now, confusion, chaos, conflict. There's enough of that going on. So part of, really a pillar of the Human Handbook community is, trying to uncover and stabilize the things that you need to know, that nobody's telling you. Everything you need to know, but nobody's telling you, nobody's talking about. That's what we're going to talk about here, and that's what we're actually going to take it one step further, and and embody that, and be the change that we want in ourselves, and set the model and set a tone so that we can multiply that. And so that's one of the things that I really wanted to bring, and just kind of and set that as kind of a culture, as a Human Handbook culture. This is, I decided this is going to be one of the pillars of our culture, is the spiritual fasting. This is possibly the first pillar, maybe because it's the first thing that we've done together. But also I think it's super important piece of the equation. And I kind of said this the other day, how do you see through all the noise and the conflict and the chaos and the confusion? How do you tell what's real and what's not real, what's true and not true? You cannot rely on someone else to tell you what's true and not true. Not somebody from the outside, not the media, not the authorities, not anybody. You have to find those truths and discern that from the inner space. So turning the attention inward, focusing on the inner space, and getting that kind of clarity, and bringing that clarity into the system so that you can see through the noise, the confusion, the chaos, all the things that are going around out here in the world. Let's create a stable culture that's surrounded around truth. And when we clean the stomach and we improve the health, only good things happen. This is the science of how you really keep a strong immune system and eliminate inflammation in the body, which if you can do these two things, then that will greatly improve your quality of health, your state of mind, your creativity, your productivity, and ultimately give you some deeper connection to yourself, and so you can see clearly. You know, that's really what's going on here. That's how I understand the spiritual fasting, and you know, that's what we're doing, is creating a culture of positivity. So you know, this is going to be, I think this is something we should run cycles of this, guys. We should run cycles of this. So this is going to be something that we're going to do regularly. We're going to regularly be doing spiritual fasting as a community. That doesn't mean you have to jump on board every single time we do it. And I haven't decided what I think is a culture as far as our human handbook culture. You know, what's a good way to do that? I'm thinking seasonally though right now. I was thinking either seasonally, maybe every 30 days, but I'm still kind of thinking about that one, and we just have that as a rhythm that we have going. So if anybody ever wants to jump on that train and hit the reset button, whatever's going on in their world, I want to have our culture to where that is kind of a breathing and a known part of that. It's like if you know you want to catch the next train of the spiritual fasting, you want to catch that, then we're going to be able to do that together. You know, again, I don't know if I'm going to do it every single time, but we'll be doing it again definitely as a group, and at least creating the container and creating the space and creating the support and the environment and the space to make that happen. And I think this is a really, really good positive thing, and this will be one pillar of our community. You know, I did kind of get some glimpses during the last week or so of what I think what the next pillar is going to be, and I'm not going to introduce that right now. We'll do that in another session, but it's really come clear that spiritual fasting and this is a pillar of the community. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it useful, helpful. Please, you know, let me know your comments, let me know your experience, let me know just how you're doing. Again, we got everybody at sort of different stages in their process, which is all good, you know. There's not a right or a wrong way to do it. As long as you're here and you're showing up, you know, the first stage is showing up. The second stage is having some kind of general interest. Then you'll start to get some motivation, and then the action will follow suit. So this is an action-oriented world where, you know, we have to be able to take action on positivity. And that's really the message. And you know, I'm just happy that we got a group of people. You know, our little group's growing. And if you guys, you know, if you have friends, or you know people that might, you know, you think they belong in our culture, you know, share this with them. Share the you know, or pass their information on to me, and we can get everybody connected and plugged in here to our community. So the show goes on, people. I think that's about it for now. Just wanted to give you guys just a real life update on how my process was, and to let you know that I was been right here all along doing everything, and just to touch base with you guys. So I think that's it for now. We will continue on, and I'll keep you guys updated. We're going to be previewing what the next pillar of our community is going to be in one of the next sessions. So you guys stay tuned for that one, and I think that's going to be it for now. You guys have a great day, and adios for now. We'll see you next time.